Hello, actually, hold on. Hold up. I'm going back. I'll be right back. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Yo, what up? I'm Solar Moon. I'm an independent game developer. I'm the creator of Master Plan, which is going to get an update, another update, to fix some issues. Hopefully today. But yeah, hi. Bird51 says hello. Welcome to the stream. Hello indeed. First time streaming, I think at 12 p.m. before on Monday, and feels good. Feels good, yeah. So this is going to be kind of an interesting stream. I'm going to be working on this concept, and we're going to see how this works out. Where I'm basically just like trying a more technical project, less you know, something I have to think about and more something I can just like kind of plug away at, and we'll see how that goes. Because in the last stream I was like, man, it's so easy for me to make music. I have a lot of music, but it's so hard for me to make games. And I'm like, well, why is that the case? Shouldn't it be that I can make games as easily as I make music? And it might be that I struggle to make games for a couple of different reasons. One might be just the kinds of games I've been trying to make are not games that I am good at making. So I might have to just work on my skills there, in addition to like finishing things. But then in addition, my approach might be, there might be something I could do about that too. So we're going to try a couple things here. So let me do this. I'm going to go ahead and get some music going. Let's not forget that. We'll start off with something like this. Okay. And then also let's go ahead and start up a master plan. So we can take a look at these notes. Okay. So the original idea that I had was something like, there we go. Something like, essentially, it is a 3D platformer. This is the idea that I'm thinking about, where basically you scan enemies, and then you use them to traverse the level. And your goal is to make it to the end with a certain number of scans. That's basically like the stars or the jiggies or whatever, the sun sprites or whatever, in Mario Sunshine they were called. That's the concept. Is basically like, you scan these things and you take them into your inventory. So now you kind of have like a risk versus reward, where you're trying to figure out like, I have to use these scans, these like character copies, to traverse the level, but if I get hit, I lose the copy, or I lose HP until I lose all the HP, and then I lose the copy. So you kind of have to figure out like, how can I, kind of like you're trying to kind of protect them until the end, while also using them because they have different abilities. And so this was just kind of like a general idea of different life forms, where it's like, oh, the bird can fly, the monkey can maybe glide or something like. And these are like alien characters, alien animals and stuff, so they don't have to be super restrictive. They can kind of do different things. And so in addition, the concept I came up with was like, oh wait, what if there was like interactions between life forms, so that there's also kind of a puzzle element. Like, there are like humans. They don't do anything by themselves, but they will run after gold or coins if they have a sight line to them. So now you have kind of like a puzzle solving element, where it's like, oh, how can I like open up this maybe shutter or something, so that humans walk towards the gold to like press a button that's like weighted, Or what if I could transform into the gold and then walk over to this location, turn into the gold, the humans follow me, that kind of thing. So it's like, okay, I can kind of see, there's potential here. And I don't have to implement all of these concepts, but it just feels like there's some like cool concepts here, cool ideas. So the idea is basically to make a 3D platformer where you're collecting different characters and you have to make it through the level, and you have a limited number of scans per level. And yeah, scanning enemies takes time, but can only be done in your weak form. So you kind of have like a stealth element to it too, where you are like trying to pick the right time and right place to scan enemies, because if you do it out in the open, then other enemies will see you and attack you. So you're kind of like, trying to pick and choose your fights. And so what I wanted to try as well was basically this, where just thinking. Yeah. So I wanted to do is try this as well, where basically I have a timer that basically tells me when I'm creating something, and then once it goes off, then I refine it. And so I wanted to try this concept as well, where I'm kind of alternating between modes of like approach when it comes to creating. So I'm creating something and then I'm refining, and then I'm going back to create it, and then I'm going back to refine it. So we'll see how that goes. So we'll just let that run in the background here. Now, so this is also my own 3D renderer that I'm working with, and my own my own 3D renderer, my own kind of engine, written from scratch using Go. It works pretty well. It's very PS1 like, and so this is a kind of a little demo that I was working on. So you can walk around. Yeah, it's textures. You can walk around and, just very basic so far. Very basic. The game is running using TypeScript for the logic. So this is something that I wasn't sure if I wanted to do this hard. But basically in the previous project I was working on, a lot of the game I did in Go. Not a significant portion, but as not like a significant percentage, but a significant portion of the game was written in Go, and I did like the rest of it using TypeScript, using a JavaScript interpreter, like the scripting language, which is good. It worked well. But I wanted to make this even more so reliant on JavaScript, not because it's performant, but rather because the more I do in JavaScript, the more moddable the game is going to be. So this is kind of like an extension of that previous project where I'm like trying to make it moddable. So something I also added into this my 3D renderer and physics system and stuff. Well, it's not really physics, but basically you can do raycasts, you can do collision checks, but I added the ability to basically disallow materials from reporting back collisions or raycasts, which is very nice. So for example, in this case, I have it set so that the stairs, they don't have collision, but they do have raycasting. So you can see I'm able to just walk up. Like if the collisions were active, then I would be bumping against the stairs. Like if I turn on collision and it reloads, you can see I get caught on the stairs as I ascend, because the front edge of the capsule is bumping into the front edge of the stairs of each stair. But if I disallow collisions, and really this isn't allow collisions, I'm gonna reload this because it actually should be called report collisions. Yeah, so I can say, okay, well, no collisions, but give me raycast. So then when I re-export it, now raycasting works, but I'm not bumping into the front edge. So that works. To make it a little nicer though, I can do like I did here and basically make a invisible plane. Okay, it's a little tough to grab this. There we go. There we go. So I can make this invisible plane. And so what the invisible plane can do is basically just report collisions or raycasts. Really, it doesn't have to report collisions, but we'll leave that on. But mainly it's for reporting raycasts, and then the bricks don't have to be collidable or anything. So I'll just slide up and down the stairs smoothly like that. Very nice. Yeah, very simple, very easy. Actually, if you notice, as I'm moving in diagonals, I'm moving faster. Like I move at the same speed whether I'm moving diagonally or not. Feels a little weird, so let's go ahead and fix that. We just go over here and we just say, can we make this a unit, please? Make the vector a unit vector. There we go. That's correct. Cool. So now the thing I'm kind of thinking about is, oh, and this is something else I added, was the ability to send a message to an object, a node, and then the object can receive it. With TypeScript, I wish they had cleaner, I wish TypeScript had, oh, and the Locatus says, hey, hi there. Yo, hello, welcome. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, I wish TypeScript had better casting. It kind of is awkward looking. Like if I want to cast the script object on this camera node to something, like if I wanted to cast it to the camera class, I have to basically do like this. Yeah. Which is it's kind of junky. Like that's not as clean as I would like. Wait, why are we using TypeScript? TypeScript is, actually, let me make this a little larger too. TypeScript is, it gives me a little static typing on top of JavaScript. Not, you know, fantastic, but it's a little bit better than plain old JavaScript. But if you wanted to mod, you know, basically like, because this game is moddable, if you wanted to just use JavaScript, you can. That's what it's doing. It's compiling down to JavaScript, so you can just like make your game in plain JavaScript if you want it, which is cool. So that's kind of oh, I was thinking instead of Go. Oh, so I'm using this because this is hot reloadable, and it is running on top of my Go framework. Like if I make it in Go, then it would run faster, and I would prefer it, but it would also be, it would also not be very easily moddable. And I want my game or games to be easily modded. So I'm making the game in TypeScript, well, in JavaScript. It runs in a JavaScript interpreter that runs on top of the Go application. So it's running pretty well, not super slow or anything. We have collision checking, we have raycasting, 0.14 milliseconds. Not bad. Not as fast as a modern engine, of course, but this is pretty good, not bad. 0.2 milliseconds for rendering, 0.2 milliseconds for logic. We are about halfway through our create phase. So, well, let's go ahead and create something. This is interesting. I'm considering using Tetra 3D in my next game. Yeah, please feel free. I've been steadily plugging away at Tetra 3D, and you can do some cool stuff with it. This actually shows the light volumes I was working on too. You can see my character gets darker when they're in the shadows of this this structure, and like they pass under this overhang and they get darker a little bit right here. So it's, yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's got some cool features. It's a pretty cool framework. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna refine this a little bit because I want it. I kind of initially wanted like a 3D platformer kind of thing. I think I do still want that. I'm not sure if I want it to be from this kind of fixed perspective or if I want like a modern, you know, at least Mario 64-esque kind of like camera system where it's a little closer to the player. So let's go ahead and work on the player system a little bit. We're gonna try creating the system by which we have some like platforming. So let's make jump. So we'll say if input action pressed jump like that. Vertical. speed equals, we'll just say 2. All right, let's see the array. Okay, let's do this before something like that. Oh, we want to do this. Oh, we want to do that like that. Okay, I see. Let's do this. Something like that should work. And then let's. Oh, jump is already set. Okay, so then. Okay, so then it is working. Why no high speed? Oh yes, this is. Let's see. Now this is fine. Okay, I think I have a general idea of why this might be happening. But let me see something real quick. Oh, it's because it's undefined. That's why. Gotta set it to be 0. Maybe I can fix that. Let me think. What was the issue? Yeah, I might not be able to fix that. I have to think to see what, why that might be the case. But anyway, okay. We're jumping into the atmosphere, the stratosphere. Let's add some gravity. We will subtract 0.2 from, we'll subtract some sort of gravitational constant. We'll put it here for now. Cool. Okay, not bad, not bad. Let's make it a little slower on both counts. Okay, so I can jump on top of... I'm hitting the roof, that's what's going on there. But yeah, I can jump on top of this thing. Okay, so that's good. At least I think that's what's happening here. Oh no, it's this. Okay, yeah, MTV. Let me see. Okay, if this dot y speed is greater than 0, else, yeah, let's try that. There we go. So now we're bumping into the roof. There we go. Yeah. Cool. All right, not bad, not bad. Oop. So we see how we're like hitting the corner here. I think the issue is, well, let's see what we're hitting first. Let's see. Are we hitting just the edge of? Okay, so that's the normal that we would expect. That's the left normal. We're hitting like an up left normal. Okay. So really, we just want to do this only if the normal is less than, if the y is less than 0, right? Yeah. 1060 2610 says, what about kaiju though? Kaiju? Who or what is kaiju? Kaiju? Oh, the alarm just went off. We are now in. Oh, it didn't do the thing it was supposed to do. When one alarm goes off, it's supposed to trigger the next one. Let me see, does it no longer do that? No, it doesn't. Does it have to be connected? No, it just doesn't do it. Okay. All right, I gotta fix that. For now, that's fine though. We'll just say it. So we're in refine phase. We're in the refine phase. Okay, so refine phase means we're gonna change some stuff. Kaiju engine. Oh, yo, an extremely fast. Hold up, an extremely fast open source game engine and editor written in Go, backed by Vulkan. Yo, all game scripting and logic is written in Go. Okay, compiled. Yeah. Visual interface. Okay, yeah. That is cool. That's very cool that someone's finally doing it, dude. Because Go's a great language. Like it should definitely. Windows, Mac, and Linux. Yeah. Android. Yeah. Okay, very good. That's fantastic. Plugins compiled together with the editor. I wonder how they're doing this. You haven't seen the guy who's gone totally insane and started a Vulkan engine and Go? I had not, or I don't think I had. The editor will rebuild itself with the selected plugins compiled in. Whoa, that's crazy. Okay, that's wild. That's I had not seen this, and this is a crazy way to do this. This is not. I'm hyped. Like, I think that this is crazy, because most engines that use this kind of plugin system, or that have a plugin system, like the plugin is written in something else, right? That can be dynamically loaded. From the sound of it, this editor Kaiju has a Go runtime in it, or not a runtime necessarily, but it's packaged with a Go installation. Maybe not a full installation. It's packaged with the Go installation, like the compiler. And so when you recompile the editor, it's importing Go packages for the plugins. Like, you're basically like declaring plugins and defining them and all that, and then you put it next to the editor, and then you recompile the editor. It's running Go to recompile the source code, including the plugins. That's what it sounds like. That's crazy. That's like bananas, dude. Do I need to rebuild the editor for every change? Yes. Plugins are compiled into the editor binary. After editing source code, you must click recompile editor. That's crazy, dude. What if someone writes a plugin that's like ransomware? Like, that's how do you prevent that from how do you prevent that from happening? Like, how do you keep it safe? That's crazy. This is like, but maybe, well, I mean, maybe, I guess you don't even need, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's making all of us look like noobs. Yeah, it's very crazy. It's very serious. Yeah, this is crazy, dude. Wow. But it is cool because I'm very much so like, I want my extensible framework and stuff for modding to be very safe. But I mean, you know, you have repositories of programs or just programs that exist on the internet, and people download them and run them, and it's like you don't know what it's going to do necessarily, but most programs are safe. And generally the more used a program becomes, the safer it is, you know, kind of seen to be. So I mean, if you like, this can work if plugins are simple enough, which Go is generally pretty simple, that people can just look at it and be like, okay, it's not like calling out to the internet, it's not, you know, doing like a file OS, you know, file stuff. It should be fine. So that's interesting. I think that's a way to do it. May not be the best way, but it will mean that plugins are super fast. Because they have to be. I mean, like, they're compiled, dude. That's crazy. This is really crazy. This is so cool. Do they have 3D stuff? I'm not sure how they're gonna do modding, if they even want to or will try to. They might just be like, no, it's impossible, and that's fine, and which is, you know, understandable. But if they want to do modding, I'm interested to see what they're gonna do. It would have to be like, like a Go interpreter that interprets Go, like Scrigo or Yaego, 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 or Yaegi rather. It would have to be something like that, or because that's the only way that you can run Go cross-platform dynamically. It would have to be an interpreter. I think that's the only thing that comes to mind. But this is very cool. This is very, very cool. Okay, so he's got textures, he's got meshes. This is... I'm just laughing a little bit at this guy's Twitter handle, X handle. It's Shield Crush, and I'm thinking guard break, like guard break, Shield Crush. You know, it's kind of like the alternative. The alternative. Because I'm sure guard break probably is taken, and he's like, Shield Crush, like Shield Crush. Yeah, very, very. I mean, but Shield Crushes are also a thing. That's also a phrase. This is very cool. I wanted to see what, like, how do they have like bones, armatures, and stuff like that, animations. But it might just be super duper early. Yeah, this is very cool. I'm gonna definitely bookmark this. Bookmark this. This is super duper cool. And I think that there's so much room for new engines. Wait, no, yeah, wait, hold on. Let me go back. This GIF, where was it? This GIF? This GIF. Yeah, there's animation. Okay, yeah. Skeletal skinning. Okay. Well, where's... Where I'm I'm just like, what am I, where? Okay, let's check out the sprite real quick. Animated UV index sprite shader data. Okay, yeah, it's just kind of fresh. Not a lot of documentation. I'm just kind of interested. Oh, maybe there's an example on the GitHub. Are there examples? The engine is production ready. The editor is not. Okay. That's really cool. That's very cool. Yeah, it's very cool. Okay, I did start it. I did start it. It's very cool. Very cool. Very, very cool. I seriously consider making some Vulkan stuff for Go. No, I don't need to. Yeah, I mean, like, if you... Yeah, support this. You know, like, this is cool to do 2D and 3D in a single engine. And, you know, you got... Yeah, like, this could be the Godot or Unity, you know, for Go, which is very cool. I think that there's definitely upsides to Go. And it's interesting to see... Yeah, very nice. Okay, scaling and stuff. It's interesting to see how people approach some of the problems that I've seen and other people have seen with, you know, game development in Go, like, you know, modding and you know, advanced 3D stuff. I mean, well, my solution for advanced 3D stuff is just not to make advanced 3D stuff. But I mean, you can do Vulkan and OpenGL and stuff. It was just like making it portable and making it kind of performant was kind of a question. Although now that I think about it, like, I don't think the issue with making stuff in 3D where you're gonna have a lot of draw calls and that's gonna require a lot of CGO calls. I don't know that most 3D games really, like most indie 3D games, would really require like that performant of rendering to be at the point where it's like you need to use a different engine. We probably could have done 3D with, you know, just OpenGL and Go and stuff, and it probably would have been fine. I mean, for a AAA game or like a bigger indie game, you know, it might be too slow. But for something like, you know, your standard third-person action game, where it's like you have a few enemies, you have the player, you have the scene. You know, you might not have a lot of draw calls depending on the scene and the type of game it is. But anyway, this is very cool. Looking forward to seeing development. Really looking forward to it. Yeah, super duper eager to see it. Okay, so now we got this working. So we can bump our heads against the roof, and we can jump up around stuff without issues, which is very nice. So there's a couple things. You can see the character kind of like snaps. So let's see if we can refine that a little bit. So let's see, that is here. We could just do maybe like 1.5 units instead of 2 units down. That might be pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. And then we can add in Y speed. Yeah. Let's go just one unit plus Y speed. Okay, yeah, I thought so. So yeah, we get a little jittering because yeah, 1 unit down from the center and then adding in Y speed is just not, yeah, we need a little bit more margin, a little bit more extra room. There we go. Okay, very cool, very cool, very cool. All right, we still got a couple minutes left in the refine phase. Let's make it so that you can't jump in midair. So you press jump and this dot on ground. Got a node. And then when we are on the ground, this dot on ground is the array 0 dot object. Oh, and this dot on ground. No. Undefined. There we go. Cool. Very cool, very cool. Let me see if this still has issues here. If I do that, it does. Yeah. Okay. Still got to figure out what that is. All right, but at in full screen, yeah, this is at a distance what it roughly looks like. Very cool. We have a nice little area. So we're still in refined mode. So I'm not gonna. I was gonna like maybe work on the level a little bit, but I'm not doing that. We're in refined mode, so we're just refining things. Last 15 minutes, same thing with create. So let me think. Let's make them move a little bit more smoothly. We want a vector 3. Okay. You know what? I want to do this separately. Like that. That way we can do this. I don't know why I did like that. This dot movement equals this, or dot add dv scale. I guess that's fine. No, I'm not done refining. I gotta refine the movement. This dot movement dot clamp magnitude. We clamp the magnitude to some sort of movement speed, which I guess we can make it 0.1. We can make that a const. 0.2, and we'll make acceleration 0.05, and we'll make friction 0.052. Okay. So then this is acceleration. This is max speed. And we can subtract friction from it. Okay. Add. Oh, movement is nothing. That's my bad. There we go. Cool. I should probably make it so that if there's an error, it like displays on screen. That would be cool, because then I can like, I don't have to look down here. I can just look here. If it displayed this text, I might do that next. So let me keep working on this. All right, so we're adding dv to the movement vector. We're clamping the magnitude to max speed. We're subtracting friction. I guess we want acceleration to be this plus friction, so that it can overcome friction. There we go. Maybe make them move a little bit more slowly, and friction a little bit more slow. Okay, cool. Let's do that feature I just mentioned, because I like that idea. Where if we have an error, we display it on screen. So what we're going to do, let's make a global thing. Error. That, and we can go to script. Okay, so global game script error equals error. And then here in draw, excuse me, if script error nil, then I'm just trying to figure out, excuse me, how we want to draw this exactly. Maybe we could put it in the scene. if the script, if we raise an, if a game object, well, like if we get an error, we probably want to put it in the scene. I mean, I guess we don't have to. The reason why is because there's a function on cameras that allows us to draw debug text like this. So I guess we'll just do it like this. Script error 1616 1 white. Let's try that. Okay, so let's see how this works. So if I have the player and I say like, oh, something like that. Oh, it compiled, or it didn't compile rather. Let's just remove this. Let's say that movement is not a thing. Yeah. Type error cannot read property add. Okay, so this is working. So let's see if we can fix this up a little bit. If this is happening, then we want to basically say this. Oh, split after. Split after. Reaching returns a slice of those substrings. Split sequence. Split after. Splits a string after a separator. Splits. So I guess I want to split, but I only want to split. Wait, cut. Slices first instance of the separator. Okay, I can use this. So we're gonna do it like this, I think. Or you know what, maybe I can do it. Because what I want to do is basically cut it at a certain number of characters, essentially. So I just say like, oh, at this point, then cut it. I don't want to have to, I mean, I can like program it more, you know, in depth, but I'm trying to figure out if there's a simpler way to do it. But I guess I'll just do it the long way. So we'll do it like this. Okay. I guess we could do this a couple different ways. Yeah, we could do it like this. This is fine. Yeah, we could just do something like that. Oops. Type error cannot read a property undefined of undefined ordinal on update. On update, yeah. So there's no more spaces, which is why this is no longer getting sliced. But this is the fundamental concept, which is cool. Now we can get this a little bit more. We can kind of dial it in here. 60 is probably going to be pretty good. Huh. Oh, I see. Maybe that last one should do it. Yeah. Type error. Okay. Type error. Error in... Huh. This doesn't include the... Oh, this is a new thing. I see, I see, I see. So we're gonna maybe make a new error that includes this, because I feel like that's kind of good to know, good information. So yeah, so we can undo this. That's fine. We can say that's the actual error. Errors in class. Okay. Class, and then yeah. Let's see how that looks. Error in player.js class player type error. Can I read property add? Okay, cool. All right, so now what can we do about this? I guess we can split on slashes as well. That also works. Split. I can't do split any. No? Okay. Let me do something, because I know I have a function that does that. That splits on any out of a sequence of runes or characters. I think it's, let me see, is it here? Split any? Nope. Is it? Because I just don't want to have to copy the split. Come on, man. Here we go. I found it. So you can split on that or this, right? It's /. Yeah, okay. Brother, you didn't do it. Excuse me. Okay, if strings contains out, let's see, for characters, string that contains out equals. I see. So it's splitting on spaces, so it's not splitting on the slashes, I guess. I see. So then, yeah, this code is fundamentally scuffed. It doesn't do what I actually want it to. Well, honestly, no, I think it's good that it does what I think it should do. Yeah, I mean, you know what? The clock went off. It's time to move on. We're in create mode. We're in create mode now. Let's not get carried away. Okay, so let's go ahead and get back to what we're doing. Oh, it still sticks around? Okay, that's no good. Okay, so we're in create mode. So what I want to do is maybe work a little bit on this You know what? I'm going to create the camera system. I haven't done anything with that. So basically you move the mouse, it rotates the camera. That's the idea, of course. So we'll do that. Let's go ahead and get started. Camera. Okay. So we want to detect. Well, I guess we just do it like this. Yeah, we need a function to get the mouse position, so we're going to implement that. Just fixing this, even though I shouldn't. This is refining, not creating, but that's fine. Cool. All right, so what we want is static mouse position, and this will return a vector 2, I guess. Or maybe can we just return, we can't return multiples, right? We can't return multiples as a, like, there's no such thing as tuples, I think. Well, let's try it. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I don't think that will work. Oh, well, it's not int. Yeah, I don't think that'll work. Okay, let's just try that. Yeah. Can I do like this? Yeah, I can do like this. Okay. So this is X, Y, and then we call position. Okay. So we're into this as well, because why not? There we go. All right, so these are the functions that we're going to implement. So we're going to go to engine.go and we're going to say input keyboard. Yeah, we're just going to copy this. No. Okay, and then we need mouse position. Let's see. So this gives us an X and Y in values. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. I guess we could just return something like this, and then just pass X and Y. All right, so we have mouse position, we have press, we have release, we have down. Mouse position, press release and down. Okay, cool. Press down, released. Okay, so this should work, I think. I guess we also need something to allow us to lock the mouse. Because we need to be able to set the cursor mode. So let's see. So you just have hidden, visible, and captured. So okay. So then what we'll do, I guess we'll just do it like this. So we're saying the mouse mode, and we are coercing to int, which is argument 0. All right, cool. And we don't return anything, and we can get the mouse mode thusly. Cool. All right, so what we're going to do now, we're going to go back over here. Set mouse mode. This. We don't return anything. I don't know why I copied this one. I could have just wrote it. Anyway, mouse mode is a, we'll just do this mode like that. Okay, cool. And now we'll go up here and we can actually move this down here. Go back up here. Cool. Yeah, mouse mode, huh? Mouse mode. Mouse mode. So I mean, I'm thinking I could like make a type for this. That would be the right thing to do. I can just make this big now I think about it. But I don't think I can put it in here, right? No. Okay. So I can do like this. Followed by okay. So that mouse mode, that should, I guess we don't need that now. Okay, so let's try that. Mouse mode. Mouse mode is here. This is mouse mode. Cool. All right, so when we go back over to camera, we should be able to say, okay, input dot set mouse mode. Mouse mode dot. Let's see if it does not cause any problems. Make sure that we restart. Set mouse mode. Set mouse mode. Object. Input. Object has no member. Set mouse mode. What you mean? Static. Wait, am I tripping? Yeah, move up. Gotta lock in a little bit. Let me see. Set mouse mode. It's set mouse mode. Input. Let's see. Has no 10. Put that set mouse mode. Okay, well that's an issue. Well, I probably accidentally did that. Input. Since when is this a problem? Set mouse mode. That's unusual. Let me see something. Not a function. $218. Okay, so that's probably fine. Okay, that works. So then why is set mouse mode not working? Huh. Okay. Let me check something real quick. Hammer.js. Huh. Hold up. Let me delete the build directory because I think it might be kind of tripping. Huh. That's interesting. So in building, there's mouse press, down and released, mouse position, and mouse mode, but not set mouse mode. Wonder why that's the case. Okay, I wonder. Hold up. Let me see something. Set mouse mode. That's interesting. So it's just not there. Okay, so this is here. What was... This is so interesting. Hold up. Okay, set mouse mode is here. Okay. That's weird. I think that it's just, I honestly think it's just tripping. Like, that's just very odd. Yeah, that's really strange. It just was not like grabbing that function for no particular reason. Okay. All right. So, yeah, we're still in create phase. The clock went off, but Monochroma 380 says, "Hi, good to see you live." Yo, thank you very much. Welcome to the stream. What are you working on today? I'm working on this new concept of a variety of things. I'm working on this new project that's supposed to be actually a lot more doable for me, for my not like for the kinds of games that I want to make, and apparently like I'm trying to make something that I won't struggle to make, because I feel like it's not so much the size of games that I struggle with, but maybe just the kinds of games I'm trying to make. They're just not conducive to the way I make them. I'm not sure. So I'm trying something new. And in addition, I'm also trying something new in terms of my scheduling, where basically I'm alternating between creation and refinement. I'm trying to see if that makes a difference. So we just exited, and maybe I can put this somewhere on screen so that people can kind of see where we are. But we just were in the create phase, and right now we're going to be moving into the refinement phase in a little bit. I'm going to restart this actually, because, and actually now that I think about it, it would be cool if you could set the like current time through a timer. Like you could push it forward maybe by a second or a minute or something. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to come back to this because I got kind of caught up on a bug. But yeah, this is our current timer at 22 or so seconds. And once it hits about 7, we're gonna alternate back into the refinement mode. So basically, moving between creating things, new levels, new enemies, all that kind of stuff. You know, just creating in general, and then moving into refinement, where I'm fixing bugs, adding polish, that kind of stuff. So yeah, we're gonna see that if we can do that. So right now, I'm trying to create a camera system. Sounds good. Good luck. Thank you very much. So we have movement, we have jumping, everything's pretty solid. Bumping heads, it's good. Yeah, pretty good. So yeah, I was working on basically allowing us to control the mouse. So now we can say, okay, we'll capture the mouse, and we want to see mouse position. Okay, so we have an object. Okay, so let's see. Cool, okay. All right, so that's working. All right, so we have our mouse position. It might be cool to be able to say mouse delta. That would be cool. So let's see if we can do that. There's a couple ways we could do this. One would just be to, like, we could implement this in JavaScript, so I guess we will, because that seems to be simplest. So we call mouse position, yeah, okay. I guess actually we want it to be undefined. No, that's yeah, that's fine. We can do it like that. So put that previous messages zeros. Okay. All right, and then we want... Yeah, I guess we do it like this. Cool. And then we turn... All right, it might be good to make a thing for like a vector pair or something. Maybe I guess we could just return a vector, but no, I don't want to do that if I don't have to. This is fine. This is fine. All right. So now we should be able to print out. Oh, actually, this might not work. Anyway, I didn't realize. But this probably won't work because mouse delta doesn't exist. Oh, it does. Oh no, that works. Yeah, there we go. All right, I have no Y. That's because I messed up somewhere. Let's see. Y. It's XX. Previous is this. Mouse position is that. Previous XY. Did am I printing both? No. Delta X and delta Y. Hold up. Yeah, Y is just not really doing anything. Maybe I'm not returning the Y? X and Y? No? X and Y, yeah. The mouse position, okay. XY, 0, 1, yep. XY, yep. XY, yep. Mouse position X, mouse position Y. This is interesting and strange. All right, well, there's Y. But now there's no... Huh? Like, if I only do Y... Oh, I see. It's because... Oh, I see. Once you call mouse delta, then this is no longer... Yeah. Okay, let me think about this a little bit. Has to be a function. Okay. All right, so let's go back over here to engine, mouse position. So yeah, this will be mouse delta instead. And we're gonna make a, this in a game, I guess. There we go. That should be better. And we are going to restart. Cool. Let's change the music a little bit. Oh, this is a banger. pretty much up on time for create. But I guess this was in refinement, the refine phase. I wasn't creating. I was trying to fix bugs. That's refining. Okay. So let's see where we're at here. Okay, so we have X and Y. Let's see if it comes through. X, but no Y, huh? Oh, my bad. I didn't actually solve it. I did the same thing. This shouldn't be here. This should be in here. We'll do it in draw. You know what? It has to be an update now that I think about it. There we go. There we go. There we go. Left, right, up, down. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Do I want it as a vector? Maybe I do. Let's see. Okay. 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 All right, you can't tell. Maybe you can tell. My movement is like weird. It's because it's like local to the base of the camera instead of the direction the camera is facing. So let's fix that. So we're in refined territory now. The cursor is basically moving. I mean, the camera's basically correct. So we're in refined territory now. We're refinement mode. Refinement pilled. Yeah. Okay, so I want to make it so that it is relative to the camera instead, which is called, there we go. Oh, whoops. No, this is still correct. It's the movement, the local movement. Back, where does this get? Oh, it's not. It's completely. Oh, because the camera's never been rotating before. That's okay. All right. So the way that this works, we want to get the forward direction of the camera first. So forward is this guy. And we could do this also by just getting by type instead and pass the camera the type of node, which is camera, the camera's type. But this is fine. We can just do this. We'll say camera is this. And then this is really camera base. So forward is going to be camera dot rotation forward. And then when we press forward, this is going to be forward. Okay. I mean, I guess we can just do that. That's fine, although that's technically a problem. Let me see. Do I want to do this, or do I want to do this a different way? You know, that's fine. That's fine. Then left is right instead. All right. Okay, cool. So world rotation doesn't hit because it's not camera, it's player camera. Cool. Oh, this is supposed to be camera base. There we go. All right, that is roughly correct. Up and down are incorrect. It should be inverted to be. Okay, that is pretty much what we're talking about, more or less. I don't know if you can see, but my character gets stuck at the very end of this. We're in refine mode, yeah. Yeah. The character gets stuck on the end of this staircase. Well, actually, excuse me, the character kind of is stuck at all times on this staircase. It kind of feels like a little bit. So let's see what we can do about that. Let's find Blender. Literally can't find it. There it is. Let's see. So there's no collisions, no raycasts. This has collisions. We don't need collisions. Well, we might need collisions. I don't know. So we'll just adjust this a little bit. You can just be a little, well, we can do this a couple different ways. One is we can just make it so that this is not like so tall. Like this might be a little better. It feels the same, but it's just less likely to get caught on corners. Yeah, it feels better. The jumping is good. All right, so now let's go back to the camera, make it so that it rotates correctly this way. It has to tilt correctly. And we can't just rotate it the same way because it has to rotate globally like this, but rotate locally like this, right? Because it needs to rotate in different directions depending on its facing. So to do this, we're just going to set the world rotation, I think. And so it's going to be something like this. Rot equal new matrix 4 new rotate. 0, 1, 0. Mouse movement.x So this should give us the same as we had before. That's essentially correct, but you notice it's wonky. That's because well, I guess there's a couple ways we could do this now that I think about it. We could do this using matrices, but I guess we could also do this using vectors and then just look at the vector. Yeah, that works. Less likely to have like drift, floating point drift, because you're not working with a full matrix. So we can just do this like this, look vector. Vector 3. And you're looking down the z-axis. Yeah, by default. So this is going to be a new look at from vector 3.new to look at, and I'll rolled up is it. All right, so this I see, it should be 1, right? Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we just say I don't know if I can do this the way I'm thinking now that I'm thinking about it, but we'll see. Because I feel like I might be doing this. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be doing this wrong, but we'll see. And then we also want to rotate it on the x-axis by y. This probably won't work. I think I need to make it so that the vector that it's rotating on it needs to be reversed. So I guess, yeah, that's fine. We'll reverse it here. Yeah, like this is correct, but once we rotate it, this is no longer correct. Up and down are flipped, or it's not working correctly. So I think we want to rotate it on the local x. So we want to rotate it instead of global x, we want to rotate on local x, which we need to get the player camera, and we need to get the world rotation. We need it to be right. Let's try that. Okay, that's pretty good. That's not bad. Yeah, works surprisingly pretty well. Maybe it's a little sensitive, but not as bad as it could be, honestly. I think gravity is a little heavy. I'm still in refined mode. Okay. this refined mode thing, I don't know. Maybe it's kind of working, because it makes me think like what am I supposed to be doing? Kind of is focusing me. Yeah, I want to try. Look at that lighting, dude. That's so cool. It's so like so subtle. It's crazy. I'm gonna refine the level design a little bit, because I want this to be taller so I can kind of like see what it would look like feel like, rather, like kind of jump across this space. Yeah. Why do I feel like I jump further Like this is so much shorter of a jump. No, it's the same. It's literally the same. Okay. Is it the same, dude? It feels like this is so much, like this jump is so much shorter going up right than up down left. Am I crazy? Nah, it's definitely shorter going this way than that way. I think it must be like I'm getting an extra frame or two of being on the ground or something, and it's like boosting me or something. It definitely feels weird. Like it feels fine going like this left and right, but going this direction feels a little strange. Okay, but that's cool little platform. Okay. This is so cool. And now I can look around my environment, dude. Tony Hawk, the Foundry vibes. All right, so this is solid. I'm not sure if I want the bricks to be so small. Maybe they should be bigger. This is so cool, dude. Like this like the lighting is so like it's crazy how smooth it looks. Like it looks so and you know, of course there's weird patches, you know, here and there, but in terms of like this kind of like underhang is like it goes crazy, dude. The lighting goes crazy. All right, let's try it. Let's see if we can tweak the lighting a little bit in game.ts. Here we go. Let's blur it a little bit larger. Not bad, not bad. Let's see. Definitely looks better with, ooh, look at this, a little underhang. I love this. Definitely looks better with a smaller cell size, but I don't know if I want to wait that long. Like we could get by with just less blurring, but the downside is that it's so much more aggressive in certain spots and not in others. I gotta just work on it a little bit. I guess this is fine for now. See, that's the point of the refine trigger. I mean the refine timer. That's the point of the timers, is to be like, I don't have time. Like I gotta get back to I only have a few more minutes to refine this. All right, so this is cool. This is cool. This is cool. We're working around. We're working on it. We're working on it. All right, so this is pretty good. I think I would like a coyote time thing, and I also would like it so that the camera does not phase through the ground and walls and things. But then again, I'm not quite sure how to handle this kind of stuff, because in very close quarters, it could be disorienting to have the camera move in. I feel like a better game would just move the camera away entirely. But for areas like this where, you know, you theoretically, you know, there's enough room, maybe well, I guess there's two things. One is I could build the map in such a way where it's never like claustrophobic. And that's probably the better way to do it, because that's essentially like me taking into account the video game-ness of this space, in terms of like the camera and stuff. So what I'm gonna do, I wanted to add the ability to like to shoot a ray back from the camera and like stop it when it gets too close to a wall, but I am closing in on the end of my refine time. So that's for the next 15 minutes. That's for 15 minutes from now. That's for 15 minutes from now. We're gonna go ahead and switch over to create mode. So create mode, and let me start the timer. All right, so create mode. What we're gonna do, dude, and this is crazy because like 15 minutes goes like that, and I feel like I could stream like for 5 hours like this, because it's like you do 15 minutes, and then it's like, oh, Switch. You do 50 minutes, switch. That was 30 minutes. You do that 4 times. That's 2 hours. That's crazy. Like, I feel like I barely started, dude. Okay, so create mode. Let's work on the level design. Let's work on the level design. Whoops. Blender. Hi, Blender. Hello, Blender. Can I interest? Yeah, Blender. Can I interest you in a? Yeah, thank you. Okay. All right, so so we're gonna test out some stuff with like geometry and stuff a little bit later. But for now, let's work on the level, this area. So I like this kind of vibe. I think I want to add some water because it feels very kind of aqueduct-ish. I think water would be cool. So let's see if we can do something about that. Maybe some grading here would be really cool as well in this area. It kind of would focus the eye. This staircase would also be nice in a different texture. So that's what we're going to be working on. I suppose I'm going to, let's switch up the music as well. Yeah, let's get some music like that. Let me do this real quick. I'm going to start up Steam and start up a sprite. This is crazy, dude. I feel so productive. I feel so productive. This is crazy. It's crazy. Hold up. Okay. All right. So this is the tile that we currently have. Nice little brick tile. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, pretty solid. I like it. I think it's a little repetitive, but that's fine. That's fine. I'm not trying to be perfect. I'm not trying to make nothing perfect. This is 64 by 64. Yeah. So I have a tile set that I kind of started this on. I'm gonna basically use this for tiles that aren't repeating. So like staircases, probably could use this pretty easily. The walls, not so much. So let's see. I'm gonna do this. I want to use a different texture, a different color for this. Let's see. Brighter color. I don't like this color. I want kind of a middle ground. I don't like this color. This blue is a little ugly to me. Let's see if we can get something in the middle. Yeah, something like that I think is fine. Okay, so this is the edge of, let me pull up Blender. Where's it at? Here we go. Let me go to assets. Okay, so this is the edge. This is for the I mean, really, they could kind of all use the same texture. But let's say we want a landing, like the top and bottom stair to be kind of special. But yeah, they could probably all use the same one. So we're gonna do 2, I guess. Well, I guess we probably want 2. see. Let's do something like this. I think I want that. Okay, so this is kind of what I had in mind. Is this even? I think it is. Is this 8? That is 7. Okay, it is not even. Okay. Cool. Okay, so this is fine, I think. We could probably do something a little bit special here. Maybe choose a little bit of a lighter color. All right, let's try that. Let's see how that goes. All right, let's go over to texture point paint. Oh, not texture paint, UV editing. Turn off auto UV map for text for tile sets. All right, cool. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I could just use that's a step, huh? Okay. This. All right, we're gonna do something a little crazy here. We're gonna do like that, rotate like this, do like this, like that. Take the latter half from this point. We can reuse this. Go like this. Grab these. Oh, grab, oops. Grab these. Scale them up. All right, I think that's pretty good. think that's good enough. I don't know about it being pretty good, but I think that's good enough. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Okay. Now, it doesn't quite work because it's stretched horizontally, but I kind of feel like it could work. Okay, I think it could work. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna do like this. Or actually, we're gonna split it in half like that, and then do this, grab this. Can I? Just grab. All right, not sure if this is gonna work. Excuse me, quite as well as I would like, but let's see if we can get it to do what we want it to do. Okay. Not bad. But the tiling is super obvious. Dude, the shadows here are crazy. The shadows toward the corners. Peak, brother. It's peak. You know what? Let me try something real quick. I want to see what it would be like if I cast a ray in a little bit of a different angle. Yeah, dude. So you have like a kind of an overcast kind of thing. Okay, let's add instead, add Z, and we make it so that it's not so aggressive. A sub Z, and make it not quite as aggressive. I don't remember. I don't not like who did it do anything? Let's see. Okay, so it's this side now. It's dark. Yeah, this is cool, dude. The lighting. I gotta work on the lighting. I think there's something I'm forgetting to do with like the light detection. Let's see. Well, that's another time. Let me stay focused. So this is, yeah, because there's like corners. The corners here are really dark for some reason. It's not consistent. So I got to figure out like how do I get it to be consistent, like I did in the light volume demo. Like what's the changes I need to make? Because I need to just do some stuff to make it work right. But this is pretty good. This is already solid. It's very PlayStation 1. It's very interesting. You want to run around this space and check it out. All right. So we still have some time left. What I want to do is, let's see, we do not have time left. I was supposed to be creating. I guess I created a new texture. Okay, that's true. We might not stay with that texture, but that's fine. All right, well, I had like 10 seconds left. What I want to do, because that's right, I was supposed to be working on water and stuff. So Yeah. Okay. 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 All right. All right. This is so cool. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to make an executive decision and just do a little bit more creation because I want to make another texture. I want it to be like a metal texture. So there's a couple textures. Whoops. One is a texture like this. Excuse me. Might be good enough. Just something like this. You know what? Let's make it a little thicker, I guess. Okay, let's try this. This does not like really look like a grape, but let's just say it. Let's just say it does, even though it doesn't. Shoot, I don't even know how I'm really gonna actually use that texture now that you think about it. I mean, I guess I do know. I'm just trying to figure out exactly how. I'm gonna duplicate this mesh, just put it out somewhere, just as a backup. And then I'm going to slice this like this. Grab these two. Yeah, like that. And then oh no. It's auto UV mapping faces that are not in the that are not marked as being auto UV map. Yeah, that's no good. Okay. I gotta fix that ASAP. Let's see. Hold up. Is that just a? Am I tripping? Let me see, because the code looks correct. Yeah, it definitely does its UV, but it's not. It should not be doing that. Maybe off. Turn this off here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. It might be something else. Let's see. Auto UV. On mode change. Okay. Let me take a look at this. BPy ops object material slot select. Let's see. Select by active material slot. Okay. Material slot. Assign active material slot to selection. Okay, that. Yeah, I mean, like, nothing there sounds wrong, so why is it not working correctly? Tile set. Select all. Active material index. Is material slot selecting what I think it is? Maybe it's not. That feels like an edit thing. Material slot. No, I guess this must be select by active material slot. That must be what I'm thinking of. Hold on. I'm thinking. Okay, so I think it's selecting. Hold up. Let me try something. Because I think what if No, it's still doing it, huh? Well, well, well. Looks like we have some sort of a problem. Yeah, there's something weird going on. I'm not even sure why the tile set is being altered, because now it's not. What? Now it is. I think I have a general idea of what might be what might be happening. It feels like it has to do with whichever one is selected here. I wonder if the active... Hold on. We're restoring it. Okay, let me check something real quick. Brick sky, vertex color tile set. Brick sky, vertex color. Why not tile set? That's interesting. It doesn't loop through the fourth material at the end. 0, 1, 2, 3, but only 0, 1, 2, and that's it. What happened to the last material? So I'm not breaking out, right? No. Okay. Then yeah. What's going on with the last material? Where is it going? Or is it a different object? Do I have another object? Oh, this guy. This guy. Okay. Yeah. Let's just in case. Let's get rid of that other mesh. Huh. Okay. So it's working now. So does it have to do with having multiple objects that... Oh, the timer went off. But we're not even using... Let's see. This works fine. That works fine. No, that doesn't work. No, we already checked to see if the matte material has auto UV checked. We aren't rearranging them. Do they get rearranged? Like we're walking through them, we're enumerating through. Do they get rearranged? When I set the index. That shouldn't be the case. I wonder if that's what's happening. I wonder if that's what's happening. Let me see if I can make a copy. I'm wondering if this, like, if I need to make a clone of this collection, or make a list rather. Items, keys, or values. Material. Collection of materials. Let me see. Because I don't think the order ever changes as I print out the index and material, but I'm wondering if that's the reason. No, that doesn't explain it, because even if I don't use the material, it's still influencing other things. These aren't even the same mesh. These are different meshes. Yeah, like why does that happen? If I delete this, it doesn't happen. So there's something I'm doing that's making this happen. maybe maybe select set. Maybe I need to deselect it afterward. Because I think what might be happening is... Oh, I need to close this now. Yeah, I got it. I think that might be it, because I think what's happening is it was basically going through this mesh. No, that's not it. But I think it might be going through this mesh, then going through this mesh, and this is staying selected. Yeah, I think that might be what's happening here. Maybe I don't want to select the vertices anymore. Like, well... Oh... Maybe, hold on. Maybe I start off with this. Oh, I see. So we're heading into edit mode to select the vertices. Then we call Q project, then we deselect, then we go to object mode. Okay, hold on. All right, let me try something. I'm going to take that out so we're no longer editing the UV map after we do it. Okay, so it's still happening. What if we don't restore selection afterward? No, that's not it. It's not a problem if we don't reset the active material index. Why would that be? Why does that matter? That works. Why does restoring the active material index? something to do with it. Let's see. Yeah. There's something about this line that's problematic. We're resetting the active material index to where it was. So why... Like, I can click this and it doesn't do anything. Okay. Why would it... But the material doesn't... So this happens only when... This is weird. I'm not sure. Not sure. It feels like it only happens when all three of these cases are true. When this line is set, when multiple objects that use auto UV mapped meshes are in the same scene, and when I'm not selecting an auto UV mapped texture when jumping in and out of edit mode. Like, that is that specific situation. I don't know. I'm not sure. I have to think about it some more. The matte index isn't changing. Well, I don't know. We can just not set it back and that would solve it, but I don't know why that has any effect whatsoever. Huh. These are the only places where I select vertices and edges and stuff like this. So maybe I'm selecting things wrong. Let's see. Mesh, maybe. And I'm looking for vertices. Okay. All right, let's see. Select. This is interesting. So maybe it's old, like deprecated? Because this doesn't show select as... Oh, I have to look at the vertex, my bad. Okay, so select does exist here. But do I have to do something to like push selection? Or maybe I do this after changing the mode? Because I'm able to store whether a vertex is selected and its vertex index. But yeah, it's true. I might not be, maybe I need to be in edit mode to reselect. Setting the selections using indices on vertices only works in object mode. I should be in object mode though. Was I not in object mode? Okay, maybe this is working now. Nope. It's working there, but it's not working if there's another thing that uses it here. All right. I don't know why it's not working. It feels weird. I'm not sure what correlation there is between this object and this object. They're completely different, but maybe there's something I'm missing. Brother, that sapped the wind out of my sails. Now I'm hungry. Now I'm hungry and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go grab something to eat. But this has been really fun. This has been really fun nonetheless, very productive. And I think I like this system of like using timers. That's why I made Master Plan in the first place. That why I put timers in Master Plan was because timers help to keep me on track. So yeah, this is really cool. I might end up changing my schedule from Monday, Wednesday, Friday to maybe Monday, Tuesday, Friday, or something like that, because I feel like I might be more consistent at streaming on at 12. I feel like that's a good time to do it. More people come through. I feel more energized, more ready. Yeah, maybe I'll do it tomorrow at 12. Yeah. This was fun. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I've been Solar Moon. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been productive. And yeah, thank you very much for coming through and checking out my stream. You know what? I want to check something real quick. Okay, yeah, I just never exported this. Let me see if I can export this so we can take a look at how this looks and if it actually does look the way that we want it to. Wait, hold up. Hold up. Okay, yeah, that is just how it looks. All right, and then this, yeah, it should work. Collisions and tile sets. Breakouts, rather. Cool. So, like, maybe down here we could put some water. That's the idea. But that looks pretty good. I think that looks pretty solid. Yeah, like, I definitely need to... It can't look like this, but... Yeah, the idea is there. The idea is there. That's what refinement is for. Look at that map over there. But yeah, that's the whole point of the refinement phase. Like this is the thinking phase or the creation phase, and then you have the refinement phase to make it look nicer. Yeah, man, that's yeah. That's the way to do things. Snappy. Probably gonna be a little bit slower, I think. You know what? Let me lower the gravity again. I feel like gravity's too aggressive. Yeah, that feels pretty solid. With controllers, it's gonna be even nicer. See, I knew there's something weird about this, dude. Like, you can't tell me I'm jumping the same height on both of these. Look how short that jump is compared to this one. There's something up with like the... Oh, that's what I'm doing. It's, yo, okay. I completely forgot. When we do this, we have to set Y to be 0, and we have to then make it unit again. We have to normalize the vector again. I completely forgot. I was like, something feels weird about this. I wasn't sure what it was. That is completely, of course, my fault, but that's also completely why it was feeling so weird. Now it's correct, no matter what the camera angle was. I was like, why does it feel so odd? There we go, there we go, there we go. All right, very cool, dude. What a productive day. All right, well, this is shaping up. It's looking good. It's feeling aqueducty. It's feeling interesting. I'm gonna keep working on this, but I'll probably pick it up Tuesday, tomorrow, at 12 p.m. The Mouski says, I wonder what Solar Loon's up to. Yes, smooth 3D gameplay in a 2D game engine. Obviously, yeah. Thank you. Thank you, yeah. Thank you, man. This is solid, dude. For this to be Evi Tenjin is just, I'm pleased, man. This is so cool. It feels like Unity. Like, it feels like just a straight up game engine, man. And it's just like the most, this is like the funniest thing. The lighting looks so good. Thank you. Like, this is the funniest thing for someone to be like, oh, like, what did you make this in? And I'm like, oh, you don't know. I made this in like a cave with a box of scraps. Like, I made this, dude. I'm happy with this. But of course, shout outs to of course Hajime Hoshi, the creator of Ebi Tenjin, and all the Stack Overflow articles and people that I'm like, how do I do backface culling? How do I make make this like work? Pokemon engine just designed for stuff like that. Exactly. I made this in a 2D game framework, and it's just a 3D game, dude. Lighting looks good. Yeah, thank you. I'm happy. I'm so happy with the lighting. I'm still working on it. It looks way better in the demo. The light volume demo. I have to figure out exactly what is unusual about my setup here, because the light volume demo was like perfect almost. This looks, part of it looks great. Like this looks really good. That looks really good, but it feels kind of awkward in the corners here. And like if the corners all felt like that, like they were all dark like this, then it would be fine. But like this here, it's light, this little cell, and it's like, why is that cell light? So I got to figure out exactly what's going on. But overall, yeah, I'm really happy with this. Thank you very much. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on the flip side next time. I'm going to take this over to Tuesday, tomorrow, and we'll make more progress on this. And I'll make an update for master plan to fix the issues that I found in the last release. But yeah, thank you very much. If you want to check out development and follow me, please do feel free to follow me here on Twitch, and I'll try to be regular. And also feel free to follow me over on YouTube, youtube.com/solarloon. I think that might be it, yeah. Or on GitHub, github.com/solarloon, or on itch.io/solarloon. And yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, I'll catch you guys on the flip side next time. Check out Master Plan as well on itch.io and Steam. Really do appreciate it. All right, thank you guys, and I'll see you later. Peace.